Hi.
Hello.
First of all, thank you for coming out. I will be brief, but I will not be brief. It's good to be here. And I love the loyalty of you gentlemen coming out. And I want to tell you about the time that I was almost scammed out of all my money. Because, as Gideon said, in the old days, you got mugged. Someone would steal your purse or, chase you down or something like that. The old story in New York was growing up in the 70s and 80s in New York City. If you had any cash, you would take your $20, you'd put it in your shoe, and then you would have your fake wallet. So when the muggers came, you would throw them the fake wallet and you would run. And that's how life was in New York City. But alas, we are in the land of the cell phones and everything's modern. So about a month ago, I was very worried about money and I got this Zelle for $300. I was like, all right, maybe this is some weird tax refund or something. But I was like, all right, I need to pay my Con Ed bill. Paid my Con Ed, took Gideon out for dinner and was like, okay, great, that's interesting. And sure enough, about 2 weeks later, I'm babysitting. I babysit, that's my exciting, hard to believe people trust me with children, but they do. So I've got this 5-month-old baby, and I get this weird phone number. And I mean, does anybody answer the phone anymore? Anyone?
I don't.
No, yeah, exactly. No one answers the phone, so I didn't recognize it, and I was like, okay, whatever. So sure enough, I'm like, I'm gonna be a good person, I'm gonna pick up the call, and I get this accent. It's like, hello, I need Zelle money, I send you send back, I work in New York City, Delhi. I'm like, okay. He's like, Boar's Head. I'm like, okay. And I was like, all right, I'm a good person, I'm a Buddhist, I chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. I believe in myself, I was raised Catholic, I don't want to rip anyone off, I should send this person back my money, but I was like, could you send me a screenshot of the money? And he's like, sure, and he sends the screenshot of the Zelle transaction, and I don't know how they got my name, but they had my name, and it said Alexander Kramer, vendor, spelled wrong, Boar's Head, Boorshhead, Boar's Head deli meats. And I'm like, there's no Boar's Head spelled wrong. This is fucked up. So I was like, yeah, I'll get right on that. And I'm like, I feel bad about this. I do want to send my $300 back, but I don't really have it. But I should do the right thing. I call Gideon. I'm like, Gideon, what should I do? And Gideon's like, got to do the right thing, send him the money back. And I'm like, yeah, but Boar's Head was spelled wrong. And he's like, maybe it's some knockoff brand, the way there's Calvin Klein, but it's KKLEIN, or, Louis Vuitton. And, so I'm like, all right, maybe I should do this, but I'm at the Bank of America. And I'm like, okay, let me check. I go to the concierge. Once again, Gideon's point about people not being good one-on-one holds true. I'm like, hi, person who works at Bank of America. I'm Alexandra. I think someone got into my Zelle account and I think I'm about to get robbed. What should I do? And the guy was like, you should send a text or an email or call the 800 number. I'm like, thank you. You understand. I'm like, you are a person. I think I'm getting fleeced out of all of my money. Needless to say, these poor thieves, they barked up the wrong tree because they'll get $5 out of me because that's the amount of money I had in my bank account. But the point is, a person. I wanted to talk to a person. So I'm like, I think I may have been scammed. This is Bank of America. People work here. Can I just talk to a human and put in a complaint? And they're like, well, you should call it. I'm like, oh my God. But finally this lady jumps in and she goes, I don't work here. And I'm like, okay, nosy. She's like, did they Zelle you money? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, that is a scam. Run. Do not give them any money. Call the police. Put in a fraud claim. They are out to get you. My grandmother got fleeced out of thousands of dollars and I was like, okay, oh my God, thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's just so sad these thieves go after these old people. Like, if thieves are going to go after old people, why can't they go after Donald Trump or Vladimir Putin or Benjamin Netanyahu? I mean, I would love to see Donald Trump fleeced out of all his money. It would be poetic justice. It would be Shakespearean. It would be the mystic law of cause and effect. Oh my God. But thank God for that lady. She saved my life. The person who worked at Bank of America was about as helpful as Prissy and Gone with the Wind. So I put in the claim, I got the claim, I called Bank of America, I only waited on hold for 30 minutes to talk to a human, and I put in the fraud claim, and then the other person was like, hello my friend, I need your money. My boss is very mad about. Okay, first of all, as you know, I'm an actor. If you're going to fleece someone out of all of their money, take an acting class. You've got to be a better actor than that. The stakes were here. The stakes need to be here. If you need to play the part of someone who works at Boar's Head Deli, spelled wrong, you've got to make me believe that you need me. And you also have to learn grammar. So I send that to the police, I do the screenshot, and they're like, well, put in a claim for the fraud, but if you don't have the $300 in your bank account, when you put in the claim, you get to keep the money. So I'm like, okay. So I just made sure for the next 10 days, there was no money in my Bank of America account. So, as Gideon eloquently stated, this is the first time in my life I got scammed and made money.
Yes.
So you see, Donald Trump is not the only person who can take advantage and fleece people out of money. I can steal from thieves. Thank you. Kumbaya, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. So that is my story. I am so happy to be performing here at the Rat. I have many other jokes, but I'm going to bring it back next month. I'm going to tell you, come back, I'll tell you all about how Roe versus Wade has been overturned now, and it's very sad. As a feminist, it makes me sad, but marijuana's legal, so that's a plus. But now, what are the drug dealers going to do? Where are the drug dealers going to go? Come inside, sir. Drug dealers just need to get their hand on morning after pills and mifepristone, and now instead of like buds, doses, ecstasy, they'll be like doses, ecstasy, abortion pill. Come on, meet me in the back, take this pill, $50. Buds, doses, abortion pill, because the drug dealers need to do something. So anyway, that is my time. I thank you so much for being such a lovely audience. Good night, and as Jane Curtin would say, and I'll just end on this, when Chuck Norris was born, he drove his mother home from the hospital.
Yeah.
And when it comes to relationships, I'll leave you with this final piece of advice. It's not the first kiss, it's the first fart. And that is when you know you're in love. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yes.